Congratulations on your purchase of the tarot deck template. So I'm going to run you through real quick on how to use it. It's so simple. You're going to have a deck in no time. So here is the one with keywords, and I have started filling in some pictures, making a botanical tarot deck. So this gives you an idea of what that might look like. And as you can see here, this sun card doesn't have a picture yet. So we'll work on that card. There's a couple things you can do. One thing is, if you don't like these words to be in lowercase, right here you can click them and you can make them in uppercase. Click it again, they're back in lowercase. If you did get the brand kit, right here is where you have the styles, and you can pick any of the brand kits that you created. You can load it in and you can begin using that and change the fonts. Just as an example, if I click that, all of my fonts are changed. Now one thing you're going to notice is it looks like the words are at the edges now. So you'll want to make sure that when you select a font, you pick one that's going to work in there, or you're going to have to do some resizing and that kind of thing. So when you're selecting your pictures in Canva, one thing about the Canva Pro that's a little bit different. Now you can always upload your own photos and you don't have to worry about any type of royalty or permission. But if you're not using your own artwork and your own photos, Canva has selected elements, photos, that you can use commercially, generally. The way you check that is when you find a picture that you want to use. Let's see here. So this one is talking about happiness. So let's find a happy flower. This looks like a happy flower. So what you want to do is click on these three dots right up here, and then come over here to this eye. And that's going to tell us all about the licensing. So for this one, it is a safe design to use for personal or commercial use, and you can use it for marketing, social media, and you can even sell merchandise without restrictions. What you cannot do is sell or redistribute or take credit for this unaltered media that is provided by Canva, and you cannot trademark this design. So what that means is you cannot take this image directly and go sell it. We are not doing that. We are putting it on this card, which means we are altering it. Because it is now within this, there's words involved, so we are altering it. So if you wanted, and it's also within a deck of 78 other cards, so 78 other images. So you're good. But you can check that because there may be some in here that say you're not able to do that. So just check that when you're using it if you plan to sell it. And again, that's on the Pro account. You'll notice it's an image that's Pro because it has a little crown here. If it doesn't have the Pro, then it's in the free Canva and you can use those. So it's really that simple. You just grab the image, pop it over, and you use it. Undo, redo. Canva's probably one of the friendliest apps that you can use. You might have noticed that when it popped over, it was kind of off-center. What you do to rearrange that, I'll just pop another one in there to show you. One thing is when you click on the picture itself, it doesn't really go into the frame. It just appears on here. And then when you move it, it pops into the frame. That's one way to get it over there. The other way is to click on it and drag it, and then it pops into the frame. Again, it's not aligned, so what you do is you double left click, and then it opens up so that you can move it. So you click on it and you can move it around. Get it to where you like it, click off the screen, and there it is. What's great about these cards as well is you can put an image in the front, and you can also put an image in the back. Now, you may want to do that, you may not want to do that. Again, kind of do whatever's up to you. You can take this off, and you can select a background image. So they're a little different. The background versus the image, it's just a little bit of a different feel. Another thing that you can do is, I'll keep that background up there while we mess with this a little bit. These frames that are on here, you can change the color that is around that picture. It's a little slight. When you take that off, you can see there's red around it now. Something that maybe shows up a little bit more. Let's try this yellow. That might show up a little more. So there's a couple of different things that you can do to edit the cards that you're making. I like to have a theme throughout. So if I'm going to put this yellow, I'm going to put yellow on all my cards. If I'm going to use this pink background, I'm going to use pink on all the cards. Now what you'll notice is when we put that pink there, this background, or the letters, the wording, the keywords don't show up as much anymore. So just keep in mind that when you are making these changes, you're going to have to go through and make those changes throughout all the cards. So for example, if you don't want the black background there and you did want it to be white, when you go into these letters, you're going to have to make those more visible. So one thing you can do is you can make them bold. You can go up here into effects. You can take off this neon and go back into none, and that makes them black again. So the effect that is on this when the template comes to you is this neon effect. Just because it helps it show up on that black. So have fun with your cards, play around with them, make them your own. They're very easy to edit, and just have a good time.